Hello, everybody. Next episode from the Detailing Talk Europe. And Patrick and me again here. And I'm very, very happy to have Marcello from Haute Detailing and Garage Italia with us.
Hello.
Thanks a lot, Marcello, that you join us here. And you are in Milan, so in Italy. And so this episode is looking behind the detailing scene or detailing industry in Italy. If we can call it scene or industry, we will find out over the show. And I will give my word now to Patrick, and then we always start with introduce yourself by Marcello, but first Patrick, and then we go forward.
Thank you, Lars. I'll take over from here then. Marcello, thank you very much for being on the show. Really awesome to have you. You're kind of a legend within the Italian detailing industry. We will talk about that a bit more during the podcast. So maybe it's time to let you talk and tell you who you are, where you came from, and what you did before, maybe when you started detailing, before you started detailing. So like a build up from where you started and where you're now. I think
what I'm still building.
That's a good detailer. They're always building. Awesome.
We are like, like bees, always building something for the queen or for the king. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much to Lars, and thank you very much to you for the nice introduction. But now it's time to introduce myself. My name is Marcello Mereu, as you said, and I'm a detailer. I don't do detailing since many years. I just started like 4 years ago because I have a long story, a long history in fashion. I work in fashion like for 16 years. I worked for many, many brands, not so many, but I mean, enough brands, which I worked for in Paris for Dior and Yves Saint Laurent, which is called now Saint Laurent. I worked for Prada for many years, which is actually Prada. It's my longest experience in fashion. It's almost 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I think was the most influential job that also influenced my approach in the detailing.
What was it what you actually did in fashion? What was your...
Actually, I did 15 years in fashion. For 7 years and a half, I was a junior sales associate, and other half, 7 years and a half, I was a manager. Also, in the last 3 years, I was director. So I did like a nice escalation in a nice career, but starting from the ground,
Okay.
As I did in the detailing, because when I approached the detailing, I was like very humble, and I'm trying to be always very humble and trying to understand the situations and everything. And when I started to study, to get some classes, like in early 2016, I was trying always to understand, because I mean, of course, cars are my passion since I was like 7 years old. Always been really my strength and my strong passion, the cars.
I think that's the case for the majority of the detailers. A lot of them had another profession before they start detailing, but they always were interested in cars. So that's
exactly
the same for you as well, yeah.
Exactly. So this is really the story of the when you approach a profession, a new profession, like car detailing, because it's something that maybe something that's starting from the bottom of your heart, your passion, what you really feel. Because I was unhappy in fashion, because after 16 years, after a very nice career, after all was always numbers and numbers, and was everything was financial driven. You know, that it can be very heavy. And maybe I had a crisis, because like a middle-age crisis, because I'm now 44 years old, and when I started I was facing 40 years old. So I was thinking, oh my God, I'm a middle-aged man, what I do. I'm happy in fashion. I'm not happy in fashion anymore, because I work with amazing people. Really, I met, when I was in fashion, I met really, really amazing people. I met people, rock stars, big managers, big designers, everybody. Okay. So I was
Maybe we
saying,
have to explain, Marcello, that you was traveling a lot. No? You was really, I mean, a little bit like this. What I did in the last 4 years, you been in 1 month on 3 different continents and
yeah,
20
taking place,
20
because
different hotels, and it was a lot of traveling, and you really was on the
exactly, especially my second part of my career was really about traveling and making connection, and let the business grow in different regions.
yeah.
I used to be the director for USA. I used to be taking care about China. I used to be a sales manager for Japan, Middle East. So I was like everywhere. I was sent everywhere to make business and make connection.
Yeah.
And so after all, I mean, after 7 years, I was quite tired. And as I explained, the crisis was like biting like this. And I say, oh my God, what I do? Then I resigned. Then I resigned. Yes, I resigned, knowing that I was without a job. So I was like crazy. And I went to the USA, and I spent like a couple of months in USA. I was staying in New York, and I was seeing. I was always. My desire was always to do something with the cars, but I haven't any skill to do it. So what can I do? I clean car perfectly. So let's start it. I go to internet when I came back in Italy, and I found that there was a person doing classes for car detailing. Then I approached him. I I I took classes for 2 months, 1-to-1. I never participate to any,
Group classes.
any
Yep.
group classes. Never. I always, because I was 40 years old. I was not very comfortable with other people, and because I was really trying to understand, oh my God, this is the right choice, is not the right choice, what I do. So I found out someone that was the perfect person at the moment to teach me to to start to figure out was the detailing. Because when you are not a detailer, it's very complicated to understand. You
True.
just see people polishing and doing things, but you see, oh my God, what I need real skills. I just feel my instinct, and I follow my instinct, what I do. So the right person taught me and drove me at the very beginning about this. And was a very important moment to me, because after all, I started to realize that it was not so easy, you know. Detailing was really something very different from my previous job, because my previous job was more on the relationship, on the numbers, and everything. So I try to do a right merge between the two things. So I used my manager skills to manage myself.
That is
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
perfect.
yeah. So after I quit my first, let's say, part of learning detailing, I moved, and I opened my workshop, actually, always thinking, saving money, attention to the cost. You know, maybe I was like maybe a little megalomic, and I was thinking, okay, I open in Milan. No, I can't open it in Milan because it's too expensive. So at the very beginning, when I opened my first workshop, I was very, very paying attention in every penny. So trying to do, the right, and this
This
is
is
very
very
important.
exactly. Sorry to interrupt you, because I think for everybody who's listening, this is one of the main topics when you get into detailing or when you get into business, whatever you're going to do, that you should look for the penny, take a look at your costs. So please proceed with your story, because this is interesting. This is interesting information for everybody who's listening.
Yes, my attention to the cost was very aggressive, but in every aspect. Because of course, when you have a workshop, I mean, it's not like to work with someone or for someone. You get pay, you work your 8-10 hours. No, I was managing myself since I woke up till I was going to bed,
Mhm.
always. And of course, it was very tough at the beginning, very, very, very tough. But I had an idea, always came from my previous job, to make myself and my job a right position. Okay. Reason why my workshop is called Haute Detailing, because it means like haute couture. Because I work very manually, so it's like, for me, it's like haute couture. It's something that you do manually, so it's really, something very nice and very. So especially at the beginning, I was refusing every, maybe someone called me with a Golf GTI, or maybe I don't know. I never took in the beginning common cars. The everyday
Yes, that
cars
is,
was not for me. I
no, but
always,
yeah, sorry, please proceed. Please proceed.
my first car in my workshop was a Ferrari.
Of course,
But I waited
the
for.
golf for the Italians.
Yes.
No, but it's also remarkable for the owner of the Ferrari to let you work on the car, since it was your first car that you would work on professionally.
Yes. But actually, I took my time, because I did my first car 4 years ago in 10 days, which was because I was, let's say, still learning, let's say the truth, and still doing the thing, but I was really, really quiet, Marcello. You don't have to do troubles. You don't do troubles and everything. Okay, so 10 days, it's huge amount of time to do a car.
That
Now we
is,
do a car. Now we do a car perfectly in 3 days, 2 persons. So
you
a
have
little
to,
bit
because
change.
10 days will not make you.
Time is money.
Yes. Well, that was like an investment to start up your business, but I
It
think
was
it's
an investment.
Yeah, it is
Right.
remarkable that you were already thinking about the fact that you didn't want the regular cars in the shop to start with. Has it been changed over years? Do you take regular cars now?
No, because I don't have the structure. Because I have my skills and my time now is dedicated more to um, vintage car. I do a lot of young timers.
Mm-hmm.
So the car since 80s, late 70s, 80s, and early 90s, because it's always my real passion, the young timers. So I'm approaching the young timers. I don't do everyday cars. My first question when someone call me is where your car sleeps. Okay, if the car sleeps on the streets, I don't do the car.
Excuse me. That is because you don't want to put your time, knowledge, effort into something, even if you get paid for it. But if it is out in the street, you will know it will look bad within a couple of months already.
No, because it's an everyday car. I mean,
It's
it
not
doesn't.
worth your time.
No, it's not really. Go to a good car washer. I can suggest 2,000. I mean, but it's not. I work on a. I trying to follow a path that I have in my mind, on my mind. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to work on the materials, on the different surfaces, and everything. And
What you do, from my view of it, is, Marcello, you really, it's a bit hard for me now to say this everything in English to find the right words, but um, first of all, I really like this, and I have big respect for this idea what you have a little bit behind, or what I think what is the idea behind this. You really separate a good car washer, also a guy who do a little bit more than just car washing, and also detailing. And also inside of detailing, you say, okay, there's a different kind of levels, and this is not just on the price of the car. This is not this what it is. It is
exactly.
finally the love in the details when you detail a car. So when you really take every tool outside and you really do everything, you also clean and polish things what nobody can see because it is hidden behind a carpet or whatever. But you will take out the carpet, you will clean it, you will polish this area if it's to polish, or you will do what you have to do with this material, and then put the carpet on top. And everybody will say, why are you doing this? This is behind the cup. Nobody will see. Customer doesn't want to see this. But this is to bring it on this on this high-end detailing level. What is in
And also because you are.
DNA? This is a little bit this. So when you push all this passion inside, it's not just work and earn money. It is everything. You give a little bit love away, or a little bit heart.
Absolutely,
and passion,
absolutely.
and you don't want to give your passion, because you have, this is very rare on the market, you just have your own passion one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just can give it once to a car, so to every single car, of course. So then you just want to do it for a car who get this care after, but respect also what you give to this. No? I mean that it is a little bit, how you say this in English, I don't know, so like a religion. But
no, because it's a different feeling. I mean,
yeah.
car washing, it's something that you do to clean the car,
Yes.
okay? Car detailing, it's something that you do to care about the car. It's because you care, maybe because it's a very expensive car, you want to keep it, I mean, in shape. You care maybe because it's maybe
It's
the
precious to
materials,
somebody.
it's precious to somebody, not only money wise, also because maybe it's an ancient car. Sometimes, for example, I do maybe a Panda that maybe has an history, that maybe has 30 years old. but I do it. It's not a luxury car or a Lamborghini Miura, which is an expensive and fancy amazing car. But I do it because the customer bring me a story together. I found this car, was my father's car. I really care. I would like to renew everything and to polish it, to see the car how it was in during the 80s. So we on car detailing it's more about the story they're telling you. Okay, so I'm very passionate about the stories.
You're
Car
giving me
wash,
goosebumps, Marcello.
yeah, car wash is something you can do in a. For example, I really appreciate, but I'm always looking someone that do car wash in a proper way, because I think it's a figure that miss a lot in the market. In my idea, an example of business, for example, is to have my detailing studio and someone they can wash car in a properly, you know, because really it's a part of the, you know, the job, because also to learn and to be able to wash an old car is very difficult.
True. 100% underestimated as well. Yes.
Okay, so Marcello, you start with your own shop and then you move to Garage Italia.
Late
How is
like
this? How is this
late
story going on, and what is
after.
Garage Italia for all people who don't know this?
Yes, I worked
I'm too
in my
fast.
I worked my shop in I worked in my shop 2 years.
Yeah.
The things were going better and better. The first year the numbers were so and so. The second was quite good. The third very good. So once I had lunch with Carlo Borromeo and Lapo Elkan, which is our owners of Garage Italia. Garage Italia, it's a kind of box where the car's dreams, where they, you know, they do everything in cars. They do resto mood, they do restoration, they do, you know,
Customize.
yeah, customize. They you know, many things. It's a word about the cars. And during this lunch, I was saying, "Oh my God!" But you know, I have this my studio. I have my detailing shop, which is very nice. It's really matchable with you and everything. And Lapo says, "Okay, let's open. You leave your place and open here." And then we signed a partnership relationship. Which is doing very well, and
Awesome.
because especially because it's for me it's not to be so isolated and working on the cars like this with my assistant, and you know, and it's nice to have around people, and it's very stimulating also, you
100%.
know.
Yes. Yeah.
The reason why when someone said to me and maybe asked me, what's the secret of your, I mean, to listen, just listen people around you, have people around you, because we are all good detailers at the end, you know.
Yeah.
True. And I think that's a really good remark, that you're saying that we all are good detailers and we all do things in a different way. And I might see you do something where I think, hey, that is interesting. Will that work for me? And then I can try it, or the other way around. And this is something why we came up with this detailing channel, because we think detailers should talk more and more and share knowledge more and more, and not see each other as a competitor, but more as how do you say this? More somebody that you can learn from. in any way or form. And that can be, like I said,
brainstorming.
Exactly. I think that is a good thing to do. Before we started the podcast, we were talking about this briefly. Maybe we can go in depth a bit more about this. What is your opinion?
Yes.
How is that in Italy?
Situation in Italy, I really don't know it because I never took part to a forum or to a meeting of detailers, especially because I tried at the very beginning, but I was talking maybe for them a very different languages, you know? So when people was looking at me and was say, "Oh my God, but who are you? What are you talking about? You know, I mean, come on, it's not. It's that's a boy stuff. It's not for you. You're from fashion. Come on." And I say, "Okay, I do by my own." But the things that I really impressed me at the first sight, and the people was talking each other, but in a very dogmatic way. I do like this, so this is the way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask Lars, I always doubting to myself. I do many questions to myself, and I was, oh my God, what I do? I do this. I try to talk and to study. I have a lot of books. I have a lot of books here in my office. I have 1,000 books. I always reading and trying to get. So I was always doubting to myself, and I think that I was scaring me with the other detailers, but everybody was so sure. I mean, this surface, you treat this surface in 3 steps. And I say, no, but maybe you can just need 2 steps. Maybe if you use, I don't know, the right compound and this polish machine, maybe you can do in 1 step. Why there should be 3 steps?
Mm-hmm.
And I was, so the situation was this, really dogmatic, and really everybody was, has the receipt, you know, this is the right receipt to do this. And I was telling, no, maybe, no, you cannot say this because this is the receipt to be, you know.
That's true. Because I think, and you'll agree probably, because when you are talking to a detailer that is used to work like you've just mentioned, you tell them, no, but if you do it different, they are not used to, let's say the majority is not used to thinking further than they have been learning, you know? So, and that is a thing that's something where they can learn. Question yourself. And see if you can, because like you said before, time is money. If you can speed up the process without losing the quality, you should always do that. You should always try. So I totally agree.
That's an interesting point, because I saw yesterday we have a YouTube detailer channel called Autolackaffen. What is a word joke in German? And these 2 guys, Nico and Moritz, they have also a detailer shop in a nice place not close to Berlin, and this YouTube channel, they did this Decon, the organization,
Yeah.
so the German Waxstock, when you want to call it like this. And he said yesterday, so what he did is when he drive from his home to his office, what is round about a half an hour drive, he switched on live on Insta and talk a little bit what is in his mind at this moment. No? And one interesting thing 1-2 days ago, what he said was, what was interesting for me, and I think I do this always because that is why we produce products, but he was saying a main thing for a detailer is not, it is good to understand when you start, I have to do step 1, step 2, step 3 to get a good result. No? But he said, when you go deeper in this and when you want to learn more and you want to save time and earn more money, you have to understand why I do step 1. What is the reason for this? What is the reason for step 2? And he say he had a example. He say he was talking about cleaning products, no? So he say when you have tar on a car, yeah, you can use a tar cleaner, of course, yeah. But then you just know, okay, tar cleaner, no? But what is going on? He say, what is going on? What is the tar cleaner doing? Is it splitting? Is it doing separating? Is it because it's soap inside, or it is a solvent inside? What is tar? He say, what is tar? Think about what is tar, and when you know what tar is, and you think more, then you know, I need this kind of solvent to remove tar. Yeah.
True.
And he said, and he says, this is to come on the next level, to understand what is really going on. He say, you don't have to be a chemical guy, or you have to study something. No, that is not what you have to do. But you have to study yourself. You have to build up your knowledge. What's really going on with this product? Why this product works? Why this product works? What is the issue? What you want to fix? And why you have to choose this, or you have to choose this. And also he said about all the compounds and all the polish pads, and he says there's 1,000 ways of to get a good result. Something keeps more time, something takes not so many time. So, but when you understand what's going on, you can do the right choice, and you can do a good job. And that is finally this what you also both say.
Yes, because it's about caring things, you
Yeah.
know, caring things, and you have to find the right way to care, because we are not just washing or just cleaning, because this is another job, as we told before. So we are caring about things, so we have to use our mind, we have to use our capacity to analyze things, and not a chemical like you say, we are
Scientist.
not chemical scientists, but we always when I took something new, I always reading and always asking people, maybe, what do you think about this, what do you think about that, you know. You know me. And that's
Gather information. Yes.
yes, of course, this is the approach, because we are caring about things, and sometimes these things are very precious. Precious not only about money, but precious because the people really care about these things they have.
The
So we have to
emotional
be
value.
very, baby steps, baby steps. The
Yeah.
approach of my car detailing is how it's always been and always will be: baby steps, because we are taking care about things of the other people. So
Yeah.
it's not
Okay.
time to be, you know.
Yeah. So to come back to the detailing scene in Italy, this is something what you say, what is still missing in Italy, that the people have an open mind and speak each other, and are happy to learn. So also something like Waxstock, where detailers come together and share the knowledge, or like the Decon, or what Raphael did in Paris or in Tours a few months ago.
Different.
That is something what is at the moment not existed in Italy. So you don't have
No, doesn't exist at all, because everyone in Italy is giving lesson, is giving, or maybe they gathering 10, 20, 30 people, 20 detailers. But the problem that I think, and I sadly I have to say, there's not I think a very high professional level in Italy. It's still you know, it has to come, because even when you go to see, and when you're on internet, when you see where the location where they do detailing, sometimes it's dirty, you know. And you cannot do detailing, real detailing, if the location and the place where you are is dirty, you know. There is not a professional, level for me. Few has this. Few
Yes.
has this.
Yeah, the thing is that I 100% agree in what you're saying, and what I say sometimes, what we have here in the Netherlands, and we call them weekend warriors, who detail not for profession but just for hobby during the weekends. But some of these guys, they have a high level of knowledge when it comes down to detailing because this is their passion. So they educate
Yes,
themselves, you know. So, but they don't have a fancy place, and they don't dare to do what you did because you were a director. You probably had a good salary. But you were not happy in the situation where you were in. So you were looking for something to get the passion back in your daily life, right? So
yes,
and what I see with these guys is that when they start, especially these guys that are gaining knowledge, they take more or less the same approach that you did. So you need to have a nice shop if you want to have the nice cars. If you ask the money for the high-end detailing, if you ask somebody over 1,000 or 2,000 euros, and you let them, or you invite them to an old shed, people get worried, you know. So they bring their expensive car, and not the place is not looking as it should be. If you buy like an expensive watch, you will be sit
of
down,
course.
offer you a cup of coffee, and they will make a presentation. And I think that's what you did. You present yourself as the package deal. So everything should be in order. When people come in, they should feel comfortable right away. So they need to know this is the place I need to be with my car, and with somebody who's caring for it.
But more in deep, I say, is not only a question of shop, because especially when you say, okay, you had the possibility to have a nice shop, but I built up my shop with 3,000 euros, with
Mhm.
nothing, because I did my by myself, and I did everything, really struggling, because it's true that I left a very well-paid job, but at the end of the day, I was not having any more salary. So I was to, okay, what I do. So I was to be smarter and going deeper. And when I say nice shop, to have a nice shop, I intend to have a nice representation of yourself. For example, one thing I really mad about it, and when one of my two assistants, I have one assistant which is always with me, and one which is follow me on the concourse and on auctions and everything.
Mhm.
But I get mad when they don't clean their polish machine after they work. For me, it's something that, I mean, no, cannot be, because if your things must be very clean, and everybody has their table, and your table must be clean. If you do, I mean, even with with the pedals and everything, and with the machine, and with the microfibers, I have 1,000 microfibers, because you cannot use a dirty microfiber on the surface that you are polishing. Change the microfiber, change the pedal, caring, it's this. When I say, you know um, and this, I don't found this much on the Italian scene. We, we actually have good detailers. I think we have very, very good detailers. I had the occasion to work with some, because like 2 years ago, and last year's, I've been caring about a big auction where we have like 70 cars, and so I have the possibility to contact some good detailers and to work with them, and everything. So we have good detailers. We have a very good potential in it, but sometimes the things we miss is the particular. It's the small things that apparently is nothing, but it's a small things that it's very important, especially when you want to work at a very high level in your job.
Yeah.
Makes total sense. Yeah.
So a little bit back to Italy. What is when I go in a supermarket and I ask any person if you know a good detailer shop? Did he know what I mean? Is it what I want to know is
Common knowledge.
detailing,
Yeah.
is detailing
No,
something what is for a normal Italian person something what he
no.
knows, or is it a small niche with a lot of one-man shows and
It's a small niche, and going back to the Italian detailer, someone wrote me a note on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks that you are bringing car detailing on Motor Trend, because maybe this time is the good time that people start to know,
okay, so
the
it's
meaning
something
of car detailing
it's
and
something new in
everything.
Italy. It's something new in Italy, and
It's something very new, and something very new. We are trying to our best to push it, you know.
But this is also something for the people, because you were referring to Motor Trend Italy. This is like a television show involving cars and car enthusiasts, where you share, let's say, a fair part of your knowledge about detailing or maintaining a car, right?
Yes. Trying always to be like the first time when I signed the contract, before to sign the contract with Discovery, I said, but I have to, you have to promise me, and we have to write this, because I have to have the control of the contents, because I don't want to say something that is not, because it's every statement is from my professional and from my job, it's my reputation. So I always say very safe things. I don't have this is really something they gave me the possibility to do, so to have full control on what I say. So you do like this, but it's always very safe.
so that's the show where you are apart from. That is it's talking about detailing, or what is the main
It's
scene?
not about detailing. It's about you have two cars. They are competing. Who's the winner? Who cares better about his car? Who's driving better? Who's keep the the mechanical part perfect, the aesthetic part which is the best between one and the other, with this caring, and you have the possibility to give some detailing tip,
Yeah, yeah.
some little advice mind about this, because car is scratches, maybe need to be polished, the leather is very dirty, you need maybe a good product for leather. Mind about you have a lot of limestones on your glasses, you can use this, it's trying to create a figure which is the detailer, then gives you advice about how to carry your car.
Yeah,
Or
very,
maybe
very cool. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, not maybe. I'm sure, because the people who watch this are very interesting on cars, and they are have a passion for this. And when they hear these tips from you, they will
especially because
they open his mind and say, "Oh, okay, there's something more what I can do.
and
And I can do this. I can do this, and
oh
maybe I need
yes,
a detailer." So you really do
yeah,
a
maybe a detailer. What is the detailer? The detailer is the doctor of the, I don't know, the body, the
Aesthetics.
body work, the aesthetics. Oh wow, I didn't knew. Bene, perfetto. Let's call
Awesome.
a detailer.
But you
Even
have,
because we had like 500,000 contacts on the show between the application and the replica and the rebroadcasting and the show. So I mean, it's important to do things like this also because people start to know about the detailing in Italy.
But is this just in Italian language, and it is not
No.
Subtitled or something?
No, unfortunately, it's not. It's just in Italian.
Okay, so we have all have to learn.
We have to learn Italian to watch the show. Yes.
Guys, you're not missing everything. You know about the things.
No. We want to learn. We need to learn, So if you
we
say,
all need to learn.
Yeah, if you say I know it all, that's where you're wrong.
No, I never say this because of it's just to be. Let's stay curious in life. Let's do. I mean, even when there's something that makes me laugh a lot. When I doing something, maybe in the car, I'm cleaning like this, like that. Maybe for a habit that I do it this, because maybe for me it's the best way to do it. And maybe I don't know. There's Antonio, which is one of my assistants, and he say, "Man, why are you doing like this? Do like this. It's easier." And I say, "Oh, really? Okay, let's try." I try, and it's easier.
And then you say,
so I laugh. I laugh to myself. Oh my God, how dumb I was.
Well, that's good self-reflection, right?
Yeah, always. Oh my God, because sometimes you are focused on something and you miss the point. Maybe someone, and I hope this day to have this in Italy, to have detailers that
learn from each other or group
from each other, group from each other, and they start to they start also, maybe I hope they start maybe also to think about this as a profession, because it's very difficult when you not think about this as a profession, just something you do it for passion, because passion, as we've seen, is necessary to start the things, but then you have to skill yourself and prepare yourself and study yourself,
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the product situation in Italy? Is it do you get everything everywhere, or is there an online shop or a couple of online shops, or how is this situation? Or do you have to look outside of Italy to get products what you need? And
to get products, I used to work and I still work, but not so much with there's a few websites you can get the shops.
Yeah.
Then for leather, I use a very important company in Germany, which is called Color Lock.
Oh, I know this.
You have to tell us more about
that. You maybe know. Because not only because the owner are very a cool guy, but also because they really the best product on the market, because there's a lot of research on it.
Yeah.
So,
thank you very much, Marcello. Thank you very much. No, I really mean when Italian people now watching this, and just to hear, so you have online shops, you will get everything, not just you have also Italian brands, I guess, no? Or I know.
Yes.
And
yeah, for this edition, I had a sponsor for the program was Dyson, the English, vacuum.
Yeah,
this is the only one. And then I had my tools and everything. I had Rupes, I had your vinyl cleaning, few things that I use in my profession. And when someone asked me, because I have a lot of interaction now with people. I don't have interaction with detailers, but I have also a lot of interaction with people with normal people. They don't do detailing.
Is that
So I
because
always
is that because of the show that they want to learn?
not only because the show is something on my. I started like 1.5 years on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and really I have like 5, 6, 10 person per day writing me. I have like a more relationship with people that you know,
That's a,
and maybe this
I think
bring
it's not
me
normal people are car enthusiasts, no?
car enthusiast, but also I have also normal people, Lars, because if you see my Instagram, I'm also like cleaning other things, because I like to transfer my skills that I'm learning and I learn in the car detailing field in other things. Reason why I do restoration, as you know, on the leather, on furniture from the 50s, from the 40s, very vintage.
Yeah.
You know, you know me, so
Yeah, of
I
course
try
I
to,
know this. Yeah.
but maybe people doesn't know.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of interaction with people because it's really something that because it's always it's very curious to me how common people clean their car, they coach, or the armchair,
Mm-hmm.
because they say me, I use this, and maybe we start the conversation, and I say, maybe have you tried maybe a more calibrated product, because I think this one you had this problem because maybe this was too aggressive for the um,
For the
for
weight
the
of the leather.
transparent or the leather.
Mm-hmm.
What you were saying, Patrick, the first step, second step, third step, the way to do things is not, because every material, every surface has as an appropriate way to carry it.
True. You need a different approach, and you need to have the knowledge to know what you're
Yes,
working
and it's
on or
very
working with.
interesting, my conversation with people that are not car enthusiasts or professional. Maybe they do other things. They are like employees, they are manager, they are like, I don't know, maybe they are butchers, they are like, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
they fishers, they are, and it's always nice to start the conversation with them because you understand a lot of things. Really, you understand a lot of things.
There is more to it. Yes, and like Lars was telling us, you need to have a foundation. I think you agree on that. So you need to have a foundation to know what you're talking about, and from there you need to evolve. That is, I think
Yes, of
that's the
course,
most important
of
thing.
course. And help one day maybe with the Italian detailers to gathering and sharing ideas, and not to to stay on your tight on your position. No, this is the way to do it. If you don't do it, uh, you're not doing right.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
Open your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Open your minds. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, we are nearly 1 hour, and we
Oh my God,
just don't.
time flies.
Yeah, and we don't talk about Corona, but I think Corona it is nice that we don't did this, but I think um, for all people who are not in Italy, just hearing the news, you are in one area, you live in one area where it's more or less starting
It's
in
critical.
Italian. So I know it's a sad thing, but I think we have to talk just a few words, Marcello. How is the situation? How is your daily life? How many
Daily
impact
life is
have in
complete.
your also to your business? Yeah, how is it?
First of all, my daily life completely changed because I used to work, going to my workshop every day, and starting every day at 8:30. I was in my workshop waiting for the cars, working on the car. So this is changed completely because there's a lockdown in this city, which means that you have to stay home. Everything is closed. but the supermarkets or the
Pharmacies.
grocery store,
Mhm.
everything is closed. So you have to say, so this is dramatically change my situation. About the business, a big disaster. I lost a lot of money because I had to prepare a car for Geneva show, motor show, and has been cancelled, Geneva.
Yeah.
So and was a very, very, very nice job, not only for the money, but also because it was very interesting. Because something that that I'm trying to do, it's also to offer grooming on the cars as I do normally for
Mhm.
auctions or other things or exhibition. So I work a lot with events. I had a lot of I had another event in St. Moritz has been cancelled. So
Yeah.
once cancelled, I lose the job, and was a big job. Even in Zurich, I had to attend and grooming a car for a Photoshop, and was cancelled. So everything was cancelled. So this is the part of grooming when you go on place and you polish the car or clean very well for the photo shoot and everything. This is completely for lost.
Stable. Yeah.
And also I had all the appointment cancelled in my studio because you cannot move the cars.
You're
So you
not allowed
cannot.
to move the car from A to
No,
B.
you are not allowed to use the car. Only if you are going to hospitals or you have to save the lives of someone, someone else's lives, so you can take the car,
Needs to be
but you
critical.
cannot. So everything has been cancelled. And also the Garage Italia was closed because it's not necessary for it's not food. We are not producing food. We are not producing chemical agents for cleaning or for So
What they call
they
a
have to.
critical profession. You don't have a
Yeah.
critical profession, so there is no
No,
need for you to be open.
there does not need to be esatto. You are not allowed to be open.
Yeah.
So maybe we.
How do you survive? What?
I will
That's an interesting question.
survive.
Once you were petrified.
I'm surviving because of the media project.
Yeah.
Exactly. We finished. I have a TV program, but I also have a web series which is called Garage Tricks,
Yeah.
which is something that we build up with an editor in Italy and Garage Italia, and of course a sponsor that paid because the sponsor the need was to push some of their product and explaining to the people how to use the things.
Yeah.
So I created.
Very nice clips. So
Thank
everybody.
you.
Also, when you don't understand the language, it's even interesting and funny. Also, on a way. I really like also this color concept that you have the clothes, the wall behind, everything matched together. It's very on a high end advertising.
Yes, and it also and it's also funny, and
Yeah.
it's also very. We try to be very very I mean professional. But in the
Yeah, it
same
is
way,
professional,
very
but it's also
light and
warm.
everything.
Yeah, it is warm.
Esatto.
It's natural. So it's a nice show. So what is this? When I have a normal detailer shop and I don't have these things, what you also have. Did I get help from the government, or how is the situation like this in Italy, or it's just losing?
Now we are like waiting for the guidelines.
Yeah.
to open again, and how to treat with others, and how to treat yourself when you're working and everything. So we are waiting actually.
Yeah, but other people, did they get help from the government? Is it a
Financial
system?
support or whatever?
Yes.
Maybe not you, but other people, or is it something what is possible to get in Italy, or?
Yes, but the problem in Italy that there is too many people involved. Even in the decision,
Yeah.
It's maybe the same problem that we have in the detailing, that everybody has his own receipt,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't talk each other, they don't listen each other. It's the same things.
Bureaucracy.
Small things. It's the reflection of the big things of the country.
Yeah. Okay, so we three hope for everybody who's have this situation will come out or can
We hope
handle
so.
it healthy and good, and that the situation will change quickly and can open everything. And nobody knows who's going on really, but
No, especially because we need to work large, because the financial crisis is hitting.
yeah,
True, and it will be. It's not only now; it will be there for the next couple of months, and that's what people are talking about now in the Netherlands. Because the people that are on television, they are like medical experts, but nobody is an economical expert. And somebody who's taken a medical decision and says we have to close down everything, he's not thinking about the economy. So and
I
that's
understand the priority is the
of
health.
course,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. But
Mm-hmm.
besides, you have to have something which is together with the health. It's important, which is the economy.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what will happen. Because we will have like a very big hit in the economy, not only in Italy, but I think throughout Europe,
Yes.
where we have to be saving a lot of money after this. Because I think a lot of money will be lost. This period will cost the government a crazy amount of money, and
Yeah.
they need a return investment. And we all know where the return investment will come from. It will come from our part, so we will be working, we will be paying taxes, so taxes probably will be higher, stuff will be more expensive to get the money back, so, and that's why
In Italy will be a mess. Even if we are really money savers, because Italians are very money savers, and also they own usually the house where they live is owned. So, but it's the problem, as you said, it's for the growth, for the future.
yes.
Even you in Netherlands, that now we are thinking to be the new financial district after London of Europe, will be a problem for this. To apply this master plan that you have to be the financial district of Europe.
Yeah, they
It's a
want to be
problem.
financial, but the thing is that the multinationals, they
Yeah.
prefer to have like a company or at least an address here, but
Yes.
that's because of taxes.
Tax dumping.
It's in the news, and you read it in Italy, you read it in Germany, you read it everywhere, so
Yes.
but the funny thing is it doesn't bring us anything, so normally you would say if you have companies like that, maybe you can do a reduction on tax,
Yeah.
so that is awesome, but not having them pay in tax at all is not making money for Europe, it's not making money for the Netherlands, so
no, for no one.
For nobody, so, and it's not only the multinationals, there are some of the bigger rock
No,
groups in the world.
it's just oligarchs club,
And I think they made it up and somebody was paid for it to accept it, and now we have the situation at hand. I don't know how these things work out. You've been in these positions more than we've been, Marcello.
Yeah.
The higher level.
And sometimes I'm scared, I'm scared to restart because sometimes I feel like, oh my God, I have to restart everything again. This is the major feeling about this situation. This is, oh my God.
The setback.
Because my numbers in last 4 years grown every year, even double every years. And now I had a big stop.
Yeah.
So I say, oh my God, what I say? We have time this year to back up, to recover something. I'm very worried about this. And then my hands, I want to work, I want to learn, I want to have a conversation, nice conversation with the surface. I want to see this paint and say, what do you have to tell me? Let's talk about how do you want to, what I can do for you. I mean, I need the conversation with the materials, with the leather, to make little restoration. I need to work. I'm I want to work again and be back.
So I hope,
but I'm scared at the same time.
Yeah, but I hope, Marcello, that we can come to an agreement right now that as soon as things are settling down, that we have another conversation with you, and hope that you're back at your job. So we hope that you will have time and see how it's going and working out for you at that time, I think. And I also think that we should put the links in of the URLs and the Instagram accounts that you were referring to, so that people can look it up and get more knowledge about who is Marcello and what is he doing.
Thank you very much.
And what does he stands for? That, I think that's a good idea.
And thanks for having me. Thank you, Lars. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Marcello.
Thank you, Marcello.
And I hope to travel soon.
Yes, so do we all. Yes, because I wanted to go to Italy for holiday, but I don't think that will happen.
No, not in the next 6 months.
No, I hope next year. So we have to postpone that. But
we have to hold tight and
stay strong.
Stay strong and go home.
Yes.
Ciao ragazzi.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.